I'm Bill Snodgrass, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about the relationship between human beings and the natural world around us. I've not taken a lot of nature photography, and I haven't really done, I don't think I've done any like serious, I'm going to go out and do nature video. And I've done like some bugs and flowers and treescapes and clouds and all that sort of stuff that photographers do. But as far as like saying I'm a wildlife photographer or a nature photographer, that would be a huge stretch. I don't have like a 600mm lens or no. But I've participated in nature recreation of one kind or another pretty much my whole life. And I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit. I want to talk about the relationship of people with the natural world around us. The phenomenon of urbanization is on the scope of human history a relatively new thing. In 1800, according to one site I did some research on, only 6% of the people in 1800 lived in an urban environment. Another study I saw in the world population that in 1960 about 70% of the people still lived outside of cities, still lived in rural environments. So what we see over the vast majority of human history is that people were by and large outside of urban settings. They were in one way or another more closely connected to nature. And I also would like to throw a continuum down, because that just seems like a reasonable thing to do, that on one side we have complete urbanization, concrete and glass, and then if you follow the continuum across the other side, you end up with places that are untouched by human hands. And that would be the maximum degree of nature. And just a little bit back off of that, never touched, hasn't been touched in a long time. I'm not sure if there's very many places in Northwest Indiana or in any of the eastern states that haven't at one time or another been touched. But there are a lot of places that haven't been touched for a long time. For generations of trees have grown and died and been replaced. In the middle, somewhere between not touched and concrete and glass, is agriculture. And a phenomenally large amount of land, especially in this area, is agriculturally managed. And it's kind of like, it's human involvement, but it's also natural. There's growth, and there's life that comes from the ground, and there's a life cycle of growing and harvesting, and it is natural in some ways, and far more natural, far more nature oriented than the concrete and steel of cities. Yet even in those rural agricultural communities, there are places where all signs of nature have been stamped out and replaced. Strip malls and the little downtown environments where banks and hardware stores were, and now all the antique stores are there now. Those places, someone has come in and the signs of nature have been taken away. Now I would argue that part of the human experience is an attraction to natural things. That's why we have parks. That's why we have places that are set aside to preserve the natural environment so that people can go there and enjoy it. And in places where it's all concrete and glass and metal and wood, whatever, we've driven the nature out and urbanized it. People bring in nature. There's little flower pots with flowers growing in them. And I've seen, I'm not a historian, but I've seen pictures back, I guess, in the Middle Ages or something, where little communities in the town part of the little communities would be window boxes with flowers and mints and spices and all those things growing in the window boxes. So humans, as a rule, longs for, enjoys, appreciates, at least acknowledges that there's some value in a natural experience. And I think that's reflected in the attitudes of lots of people. Just look at people who love to go hiking and canoeing and rock climbing, and the hunting and fishing people are very in tune with the natural order of things. Some of the students in my classes, they ride their quads and snowmobiles, and that is a way of venturing into, in a very exciting and noisy way, venturing into natural areas. And I'd like to encourage you to go out somewhere and find that natural experience, that thing that you like, that thing that resonates with you. And there's sort of a theological connection to nature as well. A lot of the theologians from a lot of different faith traditions will point to the natural experience, going out as being part of an understanding of the Creator. In the Christian tradition, there's a verse that says, "Be still and know that I am God," and that's oftentimes implemented. People will go out on their nature hikes and they'll find that experience. Some of the early writers have written things about nature being a way of natural revelation. I think that's the theological concept there, and it's not unique to Christianity. An appreciation for the created order is part of numerous theological points of view. Even if the theological side of things doesn't appeal to you, it's inarguable that the vast majority of humans over the course of human history have not lived in cities. So go find some place, go for a walk down a trail, or go jump in a lake or something. Get out and find a reconnection to the natural order. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I went out and in companion to this, I've tried to get a lot of good, somewhat good nature videos, and so there you had it. Hope you enjoyed that. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit notifications. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts and questions. So leave me those things. I love the interaction on the comments section. I think that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. And so what we see is that over the course and over the lifespan of human history, the vast majority of people forget to change the battery in their